outdoor security cameras are either a dream or a complete pain. Let's be honest, most people just want something that gives a clear view, lights up the area properly at night, doesn't need wiring, and doesn't trap you into a monthly subscription just to watch your own clips back. So when I see a camera that claims to be a proper Floodlight style security camera but wire-free and solar powered, I'm always interested. This is Reolink's new compact solar floodlight camera. It's currently sitting at an asking price of little under £100. For that, you're getting 150 degrees of ultra wide view so it can cover a big chunk of your driveway or garden in one go. 2K 4 megapixel resolution so the footage isn't just mushy 1080p. And then the biggest selling point, that AI-based adapted floodlight. This is where the light behavior can change depending on whether it picks up a person, a camera, or an animal. And on top of that, it's meant to be low maintenance because of Reolink's solar ease. So in theory, you're not constantly thinking about battery life. So yeah, for under 100 quid, it's definitely looking good so far. But what's the catch? Well, let's first start by unboxing it. Now unboxing this, and it is not a massive kit like some systems because it is a single unit all built into one. But you do get everything you need to get it on the wall, the camera floodlight unit, mounting gear, cable, instructions, all the basics, but it is complete. And first impressions, it feels like a proper outdoor piece of hardware. It does have quite a bit of weight to it. It is rated IP66, so it is designed for proper outdoor weather. It won't struggle with rain or heat, or even some of the colder plunges in some weathers. I will say the thing does feel well built overall, and most parts on this are movable, like the floodlight wings. These can be moved to a position in a way that works for you. Unfortunately, the solar panel on the top is not removable and it has been made to be stationary fitted to the camera itself, so placement of this camera is going to be very important to ensure that the solar gets to the camera to charge it. It would have been nice if you could have tilted it, but I guess the idea is to make this as compact as possible. I've reviewed a fair few floodlight cameras in the past, and I will say this is the lightest and smallest one I've seen. And I think that is going to be a massive selling point for some people. Now, installation is the main selling point here because it is wire-free, so you're not dealing with mains wiring like traditional floodlight cameras. You can pick your spot, screw in the bracket, mount it, and you're done. They have made it very, very easy. And because of this kind of style, you could place this pretty much anywhere. Now, Reolink markets it with their solar ease technology. To simplify it, they claim up to 26% conversion efficiency, and they say it can still charge in fairly low light conditions, mentioning around 1000 lux. Now, in the UK, I'd still be realistic in winter, because solar is, well, solar. Just like mounting, the setup with the app is very, very easy. You simply download the Reolink app, connect it to Wi-Fi, add the device, name it, and you're basically off. The app will do all the rest for you. All in all, from mounting to setup with the app, you could probably get this done all under 30 minutes. Compared to some security cameras I've used in the past, this is pretty good. Now, I will start by saying I was quite impressed with the interface on the app with the camera. It does feel really fluid. If you've got a good connection and you're not trying to use it from the edge of your Wi-Fi range, live views load quickly, playback is easy to get to, and downloading clips to your phone feels way less painful than some systems. Even on the higher quality stream, I found it responds pretty well. You're not sat there waiting for ages for it to load. So for day-to-day use, checking notifications, opening the app, viewing clips and downloading them, the whole process is pretty fluid. Having said that though, there is something worth noting, because it does catch a lot of people out. and that is checking the settings for all the AI features, along with motion detection and much more, because some of these features are not always set up the way you'd expect out of the box. You might need to manually enable certain detection types and behaviors. I recommend spending a few minutes just dialing these in, because 1, you don't want false alerts all the time, and 2, you don't want to miss anything. This camera can detect people, vehicles, and animals, and you can tune how the light reacts depending on what it sees. So before you judge it on alerts are annoying or it's missing stuff, spend 5 minutes in the detection settings and make it behave how you want. It's very simple. You can play around with sensitivity, set detection zones, and adapt how the floodlight turns on just for you. Now, I've set mine to only turn on when someone's really close, but you could have it turn on at the site of any detection. It really depends on how you want to use this. One thing I've genuinely liked is the Reolink playback, because it makes finding the right clip so much less of a headache. Instead of just dumping everything into a timeline of motion events, it actually labels what it thinks it's picked up. So you can clearly see if it's a person, a vehicle, or an animal, and you're not sat there scrubbing through 20 random clips just to find the one you care about. And there's also the option to turn on motion boxes. This basically puts little tracking squares around whatever's moving, so in live view you can literally see it spotting and marking objects as they move through the frame. It sounds like a small thing, but it actually makes the camera feel smarter and more useful, because you can quickly understand what triggered the alert and where the movement is happening on screen. Now let's talk about the floodlight side. You've got 2 main things here. It can act like a normal security light, and it can also be set up as an alert deterrent when motion is detected. Brightness is up to 1000 lumens, and color temperature can be adjusted from 3000 at warm temperature to 6000, which is a cooler white. I think that's actually quite a nice touch, because warm light for a back garden feels less harsh. But if you want that bright security look, you can go cooler. As a whole, for such a compact unit, I have to admit those floodlights are pretty impressive. Now let's talk a bit about video quality. It is 2K wide angle, and in good daylight it's nice and clear. You can see faces, you can see what's happening in a driveway or garden, and the wide view helps because you're not constantly missing things off to the side. Now, I do want to be a bit honest here. In optimal lighting, the video quality is brilliant. But if you do plan to use this when the lights go out and you don't want those floodlights on, it does seem to suffer, especially when you go from black and white to its color mode. It does look a little washed out, especially when you compare it to Reolink's higher end models like the Argus 4 Pro. And that's pretty fair, especially when you consider the asking price. You really are meant to use this as a floodlight first. When that light comes on, it will illuminate everything and you get pretty decent video footage. For what it's meant to do, like capture events, identifying what happens, provide evidence, I have to admit, it's pretty solid. As mentioned, at night you get 2 things: standard infrared coverage, and that promises a visibility of up to 10 meters. And then there's color night vision, which basically works because the floodlight turns the scene into daylight. And honestly, that's kind of the point of a floodlight camera. It's not trying to magically see in full color in pitch black. It's literally turning the lights on and letting the camera do its job. I think as a whole, both in day and night, the video footage, it's pretty good. Storage-wise, it supports up to 512 gigabytes of microSD card storage, and Reolink makes the point that local storage doesn't require a subscription. And for a lot of people, that's the whole appeal. You're not paying monthly just to access your own recordings. But what's good is you can also pair it with Reolink's Home Hub or a NVR if you're building a bigger system. So there is room to expand with this. But I guess for most people, a microSD card setup will be enough. Now before I finish up, let's quickly talk about battery performance. Inside here we've got a 7,800 mAh battery, and Reolink claims up to 3 months battery life depending on usage. In summer with decent daylight, I can see this being genuinely low maintenance. In winter UK weather, it depends. If it is mounted somewhere that gets a good bit of daylight, you should be fine. If it's under shade or facing the wrong way, or the area is super busy and it's triggered constantly, you might get a bit of battery anxiety. But you've always got the option to take it inside and charge it manually. Now, all in all, I'd describe this as a genuinely practical solution for people who want real security lighting and reliable event recording without the wiring drama. If you've got decent Wi-Fi coverage and you're not mounting it a mile away from your router, the app experience is surprisingly smooth. What I'd say is just be realistic about what it is. It is a 2K floodlight camera designed for flexible placement and deterrence, not a wired 24/7 security camera, and not the absolute best image quality Reolink makes. Having said that though, if your main goal is a wire-free floodlight security camera that you can stick up almost anywhere and just get on with life, this is a really strong option.